name is Marie.
My name is Nicholas.
And we're married and we own Kex Society together. And we've been working out from our home since 2017, which we also own since 2017. So I'm a professional makeup artist by day and also a mom of 3.
I work full-time at a French luxury label doing events and Windows design installation.
So how Kex Society started is actually purely by accident. We were trying to save money on Christmas gifting one year in 2017, and then I decided to pull up my 10-plus-year-old cookie recipe. And so I baked it, and then I was like, okay, we can package it nicely and give it to our friends and family. Our friends and family actually really like the cookies, and Nick had a suggestion. He said, like, we should totally sell the cookies. And I was like, look at him, I'm like, we're crazy, who want to buy these cookies? I decided to poll my followers on Instagram, and they said that they would actually really like to try it. So I was like, okay, let's give it a go. And from there,
the rest was history.
Yeah. So I've been baking since I was a teenager. Like, it's always been my interest. And I actually perfected the recipe more than 10 years ago. And once I redid it again, like in 2017, it just took a bit of tweaking to get it right. Okay, so Kex means cookies in Swedish and Icelandic, so it's one of those atas names that we wanted to keep like the essence of what it is. So currently I'm the only one working on Kex Society because he has a full-time job. So my work is really flexible and I'm able to bake on days that I do not have shoots or makeup gigs. So yes, I only bake ad hoc when I have time. So for customers who are interested to buy our bakes, they have to head to www.kexsociety.com and wait for our restocks. So usually at 10 PM on whichever day that I'm baking. Actually, I have no idea. I have no idea.
So, we make time.
Yeah, we make time. So the good thing is that our older 2 kids are in childcare. So they only come home around 6 PM.
Yeah, he's coming out of the door himself. He knows what to do nowadays.
He knows, yeah.
He knows how to walk out himself.
No,
it's fine, it's fine. Really, it's fine. That's how we manage.
Yeah, that's how I manage. We don't. So every time I bake, the cutoff time is like I have to be done by 6 PM.
We also have a very capable helper who, who loves all 3 of our children very much. So she does a lot of the daily taking care of the kids as well.
So a typical baking day would be the kids going off to school around 8 to 9 AM in the morning, and then my helper will manage the baby. So I'll start baking around 10 AM, and then I will finish up by 5-ish. But he will go to work and he'll come back after work. So if customers want to buy my cookies, they have to look out on our Instagram. So I will post on Instagram stories when the drop is happening, the restock is happening. And usually it's an evening time around 10 PM on whichever date that I am able to bake. So I make sure that I bake and then I drop so they get the freshest bakes. Sometimes when the kids fall sick, then I can't bake because there's germs in the house and like little hands. So actually, it's actually pretty simple to work out of a HDB when you do a home-based baking business. You don't really have any regulations, but we have taken our food hygiene cert. Our neighbours have no complaints, just that they smell our cookies from even downstairs, so they know that we are baking. So we do offer them our bakes to like appease them a little bit. Any other challenges wise, I think more of storage. So as you can see, I'm not sure you can tell, but they're like boxes. My industrial oven is in the house, so it gets a little bit cluttered sometimes, but we manage. Expansion plans. We do hope to open a brick and mortar or a central kitchen or something, but in the future. That was supposed to be this year's plan, but we had our last baby, so they got thrown off. But yes, we do hope to have something in the works.
So this is like a resale property. We actually got it like in 2016. I think we went to view a few houses, but we officially only moved in 2017. Journey-wise, we were just looking for a place that was big enough because both of us, we just wanted to stay in a space where, we have ample space to move around. So we bought this 5-room resale. I think we went around this area, Serangoon, because like that's where her parents stayed. And we just chanced upon this house and we are both about feelings. So when we walked into this house, we were like, okay, this is it.
The vibe is good.
Yeah. And then we just bought it.
It's our first home, by the way.
I think because it's our first home, we really didn't have like a checklist. As long as like the vibe was right, the space was big enough, we could kind of like design our own space. So for this house itself, we didn't engage an ID, and as you can see, I think we did quite a good job, I guess. Not really. I think this house is still big for like 3 children, but we've actually just bought a new space, slightly bigger than this. I think for for the third one. We recently just bought a new space so that we can have 4 physical rooms. so that our helper can have her own room. One room for a girl, one room for 2 boys, and of course one room for myself and Marie. Buying this home was actually very smooth sailing because I think the seller who was leaving, she already had another property. So I think we just connected so well. Everything was smooth sailing. I think
the timeline was really good.
Yeah, it was really good because she could leave anytime and we could move in anytime. For the new house, I think we spent quite a bit of time going back and forth looking for specifically executive maisonettes and executive apartment because again, we wanted a house that's big enough, but also we wanted it to be centrally located just in case, you know, I wanted to send my 2 boys back to my alma mater and for great enough to go back to Marie's school. Challenges, not so much, but of course, finding the right place, right size, and people who wanted to sell.
At the right price.
At the right price was a small challenge, yeah. I mentioned earlier, so our reno journey was, we tried to do without an ID. We wanted to kind of design our own home, making it very cozy. We wanted to always throw parties and invite friends over, so it's all about having a very cozy space. Journey-wise, I wouldn't say the journey was the smoothest with our contractor. I think there were a lot of, I wouldn't say miscomm, but I think because it was a family business and then I think the son was just learning the ropes, lots of delay, lots of issues post-renovation. So yeah.
So to me, it was a nightmare because I was actually really heavily pregnant when we were renovating this place. So I was not allowed to come and check on the space. We actually really liked how we designed the place though. Like we actually made this balcony into the house so that we actually have more space for the kids to play. And I don't foresee us using the balcony a lot because Singapore is really, really warm as well.
I think designing a home, it was like an ongoing discussion for like a few months. Renovation was a good 2 to 3 months, I think. It was a complete overhaul. You know, we hacked the floor tiles.
Everything.
She was heavily pregnant, so I had to be the one who come and
Not all the tiles,
look
check
at the
everything,
home.
yeah.
Overall, I think we spent about 70 to 80 grand for this 5-room
5A actually.
5A house. Definitely my bed. That's where like, you know, I will just fall asleep naturally, I guess.
My favorite space, I think, would be actually the middle room that is actually also doubles up as my makeup room. Sure, but
Yeah,
the middle room is not a safe space now. It's like storage and everything is inside. For me, I feel is our flooring. Like we spent a pretty penny on it, but we always get compliments. It looks like wood, but it's actually tile, and it's has some grooves, so it's not totally smooth, so the kids do not actually slip and fall easily. It's easy to maintain, easy to clean. You don't see the hairs on the floor as easily. How about you?
Me? My bed. Bed is important. I think mattresses, like we do invest in like better brands. Yeah. So that it can last longer as well. Yes,
we had to make a bit of changes, but nothing like permanent, but more like introducing like my industrial oven and like creating spaces to store all my things that I need for like my bottles, my paper bags. So when we were planning this home, we already knew that we were going to have kids, so we didn't buy anything with sharp corners, basically. More importantly, just the baby gate to the kitchen.
I think our kids are also extra careful, I think, ever since birth.
We just remind them, like, hey, watch out for this and that, and naturally they will adapt. So with kids, they actually are the ones that create the boundaries for you, because once they come home from school, they demand your time and your attention. So the hard stop for us is like anything 6 p.m. onwards, it's for kids and family. So we don't actually work past that. I feel that if we do well in the business, maybe we can upgrade again, but we'll see. But for now, we plan it to be our forever home.
Oh, really? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know that.
No.
We are going to be spending a bit on the reno and the IDE for our next home, because like it's going to be somewhere we will stay for a good number of years. I think maybe 5 to 10 years, and then
at least 10 years because the kids will be in school and everything.
Yeah,
like
they'll be in the primary school, and then after that, yeah, we'll see where the future takes us. Maybe if we find somewhere else that's nicer, we might move. Yeah, I think the new space that we're buying is younger than this flat. I think we still have a good 70 years in that space.
So thank you so much for having us. So if you're interested to try our cookies, you can head to our Instagram at Kex Society or our website www.kexsociety.com. Bye.